am Nitishas and welcome to the section of Grade 10 CBSE Chemistry class. Today we are looking at the chapter number 2, Acid, Bases and Salts. In the chapter name itself, it is clear that we are having 3 sections to study. First one is acid, and second is bases, and third is salts. First 2 sections, acids and bases, are combined, and we study the difference between acid and bases as a single section. And the final section is all about salts. We need to study about some salt, that is NaCl, then ammonium hydroxide, plaster of Paris, washing soda, like some salts. So basically in this chapter, I am dividing by topic wise. We are having 3 sections: acid, base and salts. But acids and bases we are studying as a single topic. So in one topic we study the difference between acids and bases, its reaction between with water, with metals, with hydrogen carbonate, etc., etc. So acids and bases combined together to form one section, and salts is the another section. So as a starting of the chapter, we need to define, or we need to study the basic difference between an acid and a base. We need to study the basic difference between an acid and a base. So here is a table. I already draw it in the board. 2 columns are there. First one is for acids and second one is for bases. So what do you mean by an acid? This acid having sour in taste. When we taste an acid, we cannot taste a concentrated acid. It may burn our tongue. But when it is diluted and just a small portion, when it is tasted, it gives a sour taste. Actually, the term acid comes from a Greek word acidus. Actually, the word acid came from a Greek word acidus. When we consider bases, bases have a bitter taste. Bases have a bitter taste. This acid changes blue litmus into red. When we are considering litmus paper, this blue litmus, if turns into red, gives the presence of an acid. So we can say that if blue litmus turns into red, then the substance is acidic. If red litmus turns into blue, then the substance is basic. So for acid, it changes blue litmus into red. But for bases, it changes red litmus into blue. For example, in case of acids, hydrochloric acid is an example. Chemical formula is HCl. Sulfuric acid is an acid. Formula is H2SO4. Nitric acid, formula HNO3. Acetic acid, formula CH3COOH. These are all examples for acids. HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, which is known as king of chemicals, and HNO3, nitric acid, CH3COOH, that is acetic acid. As examples for bases, we can say sodium hydroxide, formula is NaOH. Potassium hydroxide, formula is KOH. Calcium hydroxide, the formula is CaOH twice. So the basic difference between acids and bases are, acids have sour in taste while bases have bitter taste. When we consider litmus paper to find the difference between acid and bases, or to find the presence of acid and bases, if blue litmus turns to red, then the presence of acidic substance is noted. If red litmus turns to blue, then the substance is basic. And the examples are HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, CH3COOH are acids, NaOH, KOH, CaOH twice, etc. are bases. That is the basic difference between an acid and base. These are the list of some naturally occurring acids. These are the list of some naturally occurring acids. We need to check whether for each substance or each item what type of acid is present. So in vinegar, the acid present is acetic acid. In vinegar, the acid present is acetic acid. In case of orange, The acid present is citric acid. The acid present is citric acid. In lemon, it is also citric acid. In tamarind, the acid is tartaric acid. Then in tomato, it is oxalic acid. In sour milk, milk contains lactic acid. In ant and nettle stick, in ant bite, they just inject an acid to our skin. That's why we feel pain. And that acid is methanoic acid. And that acid is methanoic acid. So these are naturally occurring acids. Vinegar having acetic acid, orange and lemon having citric acid, tamarind having tartaric acid, tomato having oxalic acid, sour milk having lactic acid, then ant and nettle stink having methanoic acid. These are some examples of naturally occurring acids. What do you mean by an acid-base indicator? An acid-base indicator is a substance which indicates the presence of an acid or base in a solution. So in a solution, to find whether they are having acidic or basic presence, we need an acid-base indicator. We need an acid-base indicator. With the color change, when we are using an indicator, then we can